juiced.
Well,
Ball's flying.
Only his ball?
No. It's up. Distance traveled for home runs is up around the league. But
I mean, he's got 32. Judge 28. The boat. Shohei Ohtani 26. Next, White Sox third baseman Vinny Capra. This is one of Wilde's favorite things. Position players
That's tough
pitching.
to hit, though.
The old
You're
Ephus
used to it
pitch.
coming in at
He looks at
95.
it and then swing and a miss.
Out in front.
That's a
53-mile-an-hour cheese.
that's a tough adjustment.
First things first, being your go-to home for Arizona Diamondbacks coverage continues.
Well,
Diamondbacks.
the Snakes.
The
You're not
Snakes,
calling
you're
them
right.
I'm
All right.
playing for you guys.
That's it for Weird and Wonderful from the National Pastimes. All right, big trade. Celtics have traded Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers in exchange for Anthony Simons and a couple second-rounders. This comes after talks of Boston needing to get aggressive and unloading salary this offseason with Tatum's status in question due to a torn Achilles that he suffered this postseason. Brou, your reaction?
Look, we all know what they're doing. They have to shed salary. They're over the second apron right now.
Still $18 million.
Yeah. So there's more coming, I believe. Kristaps Porzingis, people are looking at. Mark Stein reported that the Spurs are interested in Porzingis. I would love to see him in Golden State. You know, for years I've been saying they need a big. He's a big that can spread the floor.
Just anyone.
Just somebody
who
7 feet
can
tall. Walk and chew gum at the same time. But he would be great there. I hate that he's injury prone. Butler's injury prone, but still love to see him there. But honestly, and it's smart for Boston because they're not winning the championship. They can still be good. They can still be a playoff team. But we know they're not. I mean, the East, I get it, is really bad right now with the injuries, but they still will not be the team that wins the East. So get rid of the salary and try to get yourself set for when Tatum comes back in a couple years. I will say this. I like Anthony Simons. Now, I get it. He's only on a one, he's got 1 year left on his deal. He doesn't seem like somebody they would keep. But next year, he shoots the three well. He's got some wiggle. He can score. Not much of a defender, but to get on the court, this is going to help him because to play, he's going to have to put forth defensive effort for Missoula.
And
he
he's
might
going to bomb
raise his
100
stock.
threes.
Yeah,
I mean, he already shoots a bunch of threes.
He's going to score. He will be, I think he will be their second leading scorer to Jalen.
I mean, I guess that's really in play. Yeah, him or Derek White, probably him. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, him and Pritchard are pretty similar. Like they set the.
I think he's better than Pritchard, with all due respect to Pritchard.
I mean, yeah, he just won Sixth Man of the Year. The thing with the Celtics is they're kind of unwatchable. They just set the NBA record for three-point attempts in a season, and now they just added a guy who chucks three-pointers and is a traffic cone on defense. So they're going to probably break their own record for three-point attempts.
Especially because he's replacing, a guy who was all grit and wasn't really a big shooter. Yep.
So I think this is not at all for the basketball department. I don't agree with you that it's a great fit. I think he's going to shoot a lot of threes on a team that's going to be okay. And because it's an expiring deal and they're looking to shed salary, he easily could be a part of. He could be traded again. Like, I'm not convinced at all that Simons plays the whole.
He could raise his value.
Yeah, right. That he plays the whole year with them. I agree with you on Porzingis. I think they'd have to be blown away to trade Jaylen Brown. Derek White, I think they'll get a lot of calls on because sneaky at $30 million per year.
It's a great deal.
It's actually a really great contract, which is why I think Boston.
They know that, right.
Boston wants to hold on to him, but I think you could meet their asking price on him. But it's really not even about this year because it only saves him $5 million this year. It's $72 million off the books for the next 2 years, which is the big deal for Boston.
So there's two. So this is. I will try to, since Wildes isn't here, we will do some second apron.
I was going to say this is an accounting situation.
So Zach Lowe has started to call the second apron a hard cap, and he's right.
Basically,
it is,
and it's because of the movement restrictions as much as the
right. It's because it's so punitive if you're in that second apron, and there's some of the punitive nature is this. Anthony Simons only makes $5 million less than Drew Holiday this coming year. That saves the Celtics $40 million.
Yep.
Because they were going to have more than $35 million in tax penalties based on that extra $5 million. But this also is an example when people are like, oh, they just need to shed salary. In the NBA, unless you are trading to a team with gobs of cap space, of which there is really none right now.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's the only one. You can't trade a player without getting some salary back. So it's not like they can just give Kristaps away and now they're underneath it because whoever takes him is going to have to send something back, which is what you saw here. what they were able to do, as Danny put it correctly, is get off. This is 1 year left on a deal versus 3 years left on a deal. But this is also why, for fans, I understand some fans love the parity that the new CBA brought in, and there I think is at least debatable and interesting whether or not that is best or not. What definitely isn't best is teams that would be willing to spend, that want to keep a group together and feel like they have to do this, because I feel like, and if you remember, I was saying it during the season, even if Tatum didn't blow out his Achilles, they were going to potentially do something like this.
Oh, yeah.
There were, you know what I mean? There were talks that the Celtics were going to have
If they had won the championship,
they still might tear it down because of the second apron stuff. That, to me, is a bummer.
It is a bummer. Drew Holiday, if he's not 100% healthy at this stage of his career, it's not a great contract. Like, this isn't tearing it down.
No.
As long as Jaylen Brown,
they're
Jason
gonna keep those two, right?
Right, as long as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and I would say Derek White are there, they're going to be a good team.
Also, quick sidebar, my little real estate on Scoot Henderson Island, it's got a little pricier. He gets to learn from Drew Holiday.
Oh, sure.
It's got a good vet there.
Nice defensive
What was
team.
that take? He's going to be better than
No,
Wemby.
it was not
his
that.
take.
No,
was a bad take.
it was
a
he was
bad
going to win
thought.
Rookie of the Year over Wemby because Wemby wasn't going to play enough games.
Bad
Still
thought
don't
Just
also.
as bad of a take.
All right, first of many parades for OKC. Next.
I didn't see Scoot on the hill.
Scoot?
Scoot on the hill?
That's a good point. They're gonna be
What makes a carnival vacation fun? A little bit of everything?